Coming up next on Mr. Mush Makes.
Now, unfortunately for me, I've never really had a true s'more.
Grizzle bear.
Okay, it's closest to the flames.
But what if a squirrel wants brunch?
To pull it nice and tight.
Do tent rafts come with snacks? Let's see. Flashlight, bug spray, sunscreen, the disco ball. Yeah, the disco ball. My sketchbooks, extra socks, the emergency kazoo. Definitely need the emergency kazoo. Mr. Mush sure is bringing a lot of things.
Oh boy, here we go again.
What do you mean?
You see, every time we go camping, Mr. Mush packs like we're moving into the forest. Forever.
And of course, a toaster. You never know when you're gonna need warm waffles in the wild.
Mr. Mush, we're gonna be just fine. We got snacks. We got shelter. We definitely don't need the toaster.
But what if a squirrel wants brunch?
See, Cilo?
Well, I brought what I needed. Cilo? What's that?
It's bait.
That's a banana.
Yeah, for banana fish.
Hey everyone, Mr. Mush here. So, today for our clay project, we are gonna make a little s'mores character. You can't go camping without s'mores, so let's get to it. All right, so I mixed this clay. I mixed it with a little bit of yellow and a little bit of brown to get the graham cracker color. And then I ran out of brown, so I mixed orange with a little bit of black to get the chocolate color. But if you have brown, use brown, okay? So this project is really simple, all right? So we're gonna take this clay and we're gonna make a square out of it, okay? Because this is the graham cracker, okay? Now, unfortunately for me, I've never really had a true s'more because I'm allergic to chocolate. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, it's true. I'm allergic to chocolate, amongst other things. All right? So don't worry. Charlie Dog always takes care of me. He always makes sure that everything is Mr. Mush safe. And Silo's working on something that we can just scan the food to make sure we don't even have to check the ingredients because the scanner will just check and be like, okay, Mr. Mush can't have this. Okay? So I'm gonna make a square like this, okay? Just like that. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? You can just try your best, all right? Then we're gonna do the same thing for the chocolate, but we need to make it a little bit smaller to have it layered in, and it should kind of feel like it's like steps working up to something, okay? So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make my square. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right. Now, I'm gonna put this on top, just like that. So there you go. Okay, now, my favorite part of this project is making the little marshmallow. Okay, and it's really easy. Just take off, you know what? Let's make our marshmallow really big. Okay, so just roll up, and we want to make a cylinder. A small, short, chubby cylinder like this, okay? And then we just roll it in our hands like we're rolling a coil, and then we press down on the top and the bottom like this, okay? Just like that. And then we put it on top, and there we go. But to make it a little bit more fun, we're gonna give our s'mores, our marshmallow, a face. And you know I like to do the closed eye, happy look. So I'm doing the little black rainbow or frown, whatever you wanna call it, for his eyes, like this. You can use googly eyes, you can use whatever you want. And then I'm gonna give him a smile. Just like this. Okay, I'm gonna give him a little red to show that he's like blushing like tee hee hee hee. I'm a little s'more. Okay, I'm gonna smush that on right there. like this, okay? And if you want to give it arms, you can, okay? And then the last part, this is optional, okay? Take some more of the color that you had for the graham cracker that we're imitating, okay? And you can make it as big as the bottom, or you can make it a little smaller. I'm gonna make it a little smaller because I want it to feel like it's a little hat, okay? So I'm pressing down on my table to help make the sides, and I want it to be a square, okay? Just like this, all right? So, let's put it on the top, just like this. And there you go. Here's our little s'more guy. All right, so with that being said, I would love to see your little s'more character and see what you did to it. Remember, I'm just showing you how to get started. You add what you want to add to it. Make it your own. Don't just do what Mr. Mush does. I want you to feel like you're a true artist. Take creative liberties and do that. All right, so don't forget to upload it to MrMushMakes.com. I'd love to see what you created. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out. All right, until next time, peace.
Once, deep in the woods, there lived a terrible beast. The grizzle bear.
Grizzle bear?
He had claws the size of canoe paddles and teeth like s'mores crackers.
That sounds delicious. I mean, terrifying. Yes.
They say if you leave out snacks at night, he can smell them from miles away.
Like marshmallows?
Exactly like marshmallows. And he creeps up behind campers very slowly.
Charlie, did you hear that?
I thought you were crunching that leaf.
Well, hey there, neighbors. I smell marshmallows. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I gotta turn around looking for my grill. You boys camping in the yard again?
Charlie, Cilo, lights out in 10.
Oh, right. I forgot we were in the backyard. That storytelling was intense. Yes.
Oh man, this ruins the legend of the grizzle bear.
You want real horror? Check out my fridge. I think the mustard is sentient.
Hey everyone, Mr. Mush here. So today, for our craft project, since we're going with the theme of camping, we're gonna make a little tent for our craft. And we're just gonna use popsicle sticks and construction paper and hot glue. And remember, when we use hot glue, we always ask a grown-up at home to help us or ask for permission, okay? All right, so let's get to it. So first things first is we are going to glue our popsicle sticks just like this. It should look like it makes like a little heart at the top, and overlap them like that and try and make them even, okay? So then you're gonna put some hot glue right here, a little dot, and then you're gonna lay down the other popsicle stick on top. Now to make sure that the other popsicles are the same way, I would suggest laying them on top, okay, without hot glue, and then make sure they're the same length and spacing, just like this, okay? So now we got the basics of our frames, okay? They should look like, you know, like little mountains, all right? So next we need the support beams inside, okay? So I already cut two that are the same length, okay? Now you might be like, well, Mr. Mush, how do you do that? So after you cut your first one, lay it next to the other popsicle, and then just draw a line where you need to cut with your scissors or X-Acto blade. Okay, again, if you're using an X-Acto blade, ask for grown-ups' help or permission, okay? But I'm just using scissors because popsicle sticks, believe it or not, they're very easy to cut through, okay? And I'm just gonna cut on the line, just like this. And now I got my 3 beams like this, ready for the support. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put hot glue at the top and on the bottom corners to make sure that they get glued really quick. All right, so you want to hold it down and make sure the glue dries, the hot glue dries, and that they are firmly there because they're going to keep your tent upright. All right, so I'm going to finish hot gluing these and then I'll see you on the other side. All right, now I'm back. So as you can see, I glued down the beams, the support beams like this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the other side like this. Okay, so I'm simply going to put hot glue on each one of these and then press down. Don't press too hard because then you could break all of your hard work up to this point. All right, so I'm gonna do that and I'll see you on the other side. All right, now that everything's hot glued, now it's time to grab our construction paper. So I just have a regular piece of construction paper, 9x11, all right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my ruler and I'm gonna measure out 3.5. That's if you're using these little skinny popsicles like I'm using. If you're using bigger, you need to measure it out. So I put the 3.5 line mark right here on the edge of my paper, and then I measure out the 3.5 inches. I draw the straight line like that, and then I cut it out. All right, now I already cut mine out. So now what I need to do is I need to add it on and glue it. This is the final step, and make sure it fits in between. If it doesn't fit in between, just take your scissors, trim a little bit, not too much, okay? And then make sure it drapes over, it fits inside, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're going to put hot glue down here, just like this, all right? And we're gonna put the edge like that. Okay, be careful. Just because you're pressing on it doesn't mean the paper's gonna protect you from burning, so gently push. You don't wanna get burned, okay? And then we want to pull it nice and tight, okay? Just like that. And then we want to, if you have extra like mine, I'm just gonna tuck it in like this, and I'll glue it, add glue right here on the inside, maybe a little right there. And then there you go. Here is our tent, okay? So you can make like a little diorama of a camp scene. You could play with your action figures or dolls if they're going camping. But there you go. Here is our tent. Fabulous. I think we did a great job on this today. All right. So, with that being said, I would love to see your tents, all right? Go to MrMushMakes.com, upload a video. Maybe you draw some things on here to make it more personal. That's up to you. Remember, as I always say, make it your own. That's why I want to see what you choose to do, all right? So go ahead and go to MrMushMakes.com and I would love to see what you created, all right? And then don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really means a lot to us. It just really does. It warms my heart. All right. So until next time, peace.
Okay, Silo, let's set up our tent. Step 1, connect pole A to slot B.
I don't see any spaghetti in the instructions.
That's not a tent pole, Silo.
Then why was it in the instruction bag?
We'll have a meeting about that later.
Ta-da!
Silo, this is a sailboat.
Aye, aye, Captain. I added a pillow, a blanket, and a pickle.
Silo, this isn't a tent, it's a sleeping sandwich.
Exactly. Now tuck me in between the slices. It's a tent raft.
Honestly, it might be some of my best work.
I think the tent raft set down.
Okay, that's it. Let's just sleep in the shed. Or wait a minute. Mr. Mush, this is too much strenuous labor for a dog of my fluff. Ugh.
Wow, you fixed it.
Of course I did. I'm a professional.
Do tent rafts come with snacks?
Hey everyone, Mr. Mush here. So, today we're gonna do a drawing of a campfire using oil pastels. Okay, now if you're like Mr. Mush, like I feel like I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, can I use my pencil and draw everything you're showing us and then do the oil pastels? Absolutely. I'm just diving right in with the oil pastels. All right. So the first step is we're going to make the fire pit, all right, with rocks. Okay. So I'm going to draw some big stones like this, and I'm going to draw 6. Okay. And I'm going to draw like half of one so it looks like it's being covered up by the one in front of it. So I'm going to just draw a smaller one right there. So there's 3. Then I'm going to draw another one facing this way. And then I'm going to have another smaller one like that. Okay? So there we go. All right. Now I'm ready to draw my flame. Okay? So remember, fire is consistently moving. So we want to use like wavy lines to show that it's moving. All right? So, and it's got a lot of curves. So I'm going to curve up, give it like a little tail, like that. And then I'm going to go the opposite way, like this. And then I'm going to do another one going the opposite way like that. And then I'm going to have this curve around, and then an opposite one. And then I'm going to have like a little one, and then curve it around. And as you see, I went over the stones. That's okay. All right. Now the next step is I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to make a smaller version like this with a different warm color. And I'm using a reddish orange. Okay. Now you can use reds, oranges, yellows. They all work. Okay. Then I'm going to use this lighter orange, and it's kind of like an echo, like this. And I'm going to go up and around like that, just so I know. All right. And then I'm going to color in this part yellow. So I'm going to color everything in real quick, and then I'm going to show you how to blend everything together. So I'll see you on the other side. All right. Now I'm done coloring. So now, because we're using oil pastels, they can blend. And if you notice, I went in a little bit with each color to help blend. So now you're going to take your fingers and you're going to smooth it out. You want to blend. It helps to go in circles to get an even blend like this. And you want to push and pull and blend everything together like that. Now, remember, it doesn't have to stay all in the same spot, okay? You want it to feel organic. You want it to feel like it just blends together. So if you're like, you're like, I think I need a little bit of this red orange over here and here, then add it and then blend it in, okay? It's your piece, okay? Remember, take creative liberties. I'm just showing you how to do this, all right? And then once you have blended it all in, you're gonna take your brightest yellow you have, and I would make it a naked oil pastel, take the wrapper off, and then add a glow around it. This is my lightest one. And then you can take a clean finger, like I'm gonna take my pinky and my ring finger, and blend in circles like this to show that it has a nice glow, because fire makes light, right? Okay, so that's the flame. And then we have the rocks, okay? And then all you need to do for that is simply shade in each rock like this, okay? Then I'm gonna take some white as my oil pastel breaks. I'm gonna take some white like this with yellow, because the rock, this part of the rock is closest to the flame, okay? It's closest to the flame. So, and then I'm gonna take some black, and this is furthest away to give it some shadow like this. And then I'm just gonna blend everything together, and then once I smooth everything out, it gives the stone form, okay? So I'm gonna finish shading in the stones, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, now our fire pit is finished, okay? So as you can see, I blended this, okay? Now, if you want to add other things like grass or mud or stars, you can. Here's the one that I did for my practice run. I added the grass, I did a light green, I added the yellow closest to the rocks, and then a darker green far away to show that the light is illuminating the space. All right, and I even use a really dark green underneath the rocks because the rocks are gonna cast a shadow. All right, so there you go. There is our campfire for this week for our drawing project. All right, so I would love you to send in a picture of your campfire. I would love to see what you decided to do to your project. Go to MrMushMakes.com and upload a picture there, and I would love to see what you created. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out in the long run. All right, until next time. Peace.
Well, that does it for today's show. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you like what you saw, do us a big favor and give us a big thumbs up, ring that bell, and hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to us. And don't forget to upload your artwork onto MrMushMakes.com. We'd love to see what you created.
Hurry up and like and subscribe before the marshmallows melt.
Be a happy camper and hit the subscribe button. All right, well, that does it for today. So remember, when art is in your heart, ideas are in your mind. There's nothing you can't do. And remember, always be kind. See you next time.
Later, day.